Hey y'all. All right, we're back out in the garage again, and you know what? I think it's time to hammer out some dents. Okay, maybe straighten this one up a little bit better. I didn't do this. This was already on here. This is the wheel cover off of the hubcap wheel cover dual wheel simulator from the Dually Big Booty Trudy. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to work on that. I thought I would show you all a little bit about how I do this, and possibly you all might learn a little bit about this. I might learn a little bit about this too. So let's let's set y'all up here so you can see what's going on. Okay, so I'm going to start with this dent right here. Basically, this is the gist of it. You want to start with something and start working up from there, okay? So like a simple dent like this one, a simple dent like that, that's kind of low-hanging fruit, and I'm all about that because I can learn something from this, okay? Now I just need something, and I think I've seen it. I need something to back that up. I'm going to use a piece of wood. And yeah. See, basically you want something whenever you hammer out the dent. You're not creating more problems. You're hammering out the dent. As you can see, I've hammered out most of it. There's still a little bit left there. I'm going to try to work on those. Okay. I just used the rubber part of the rubber mallet. Okay. So, now one of the things you got to be aware of, in this particular case, I've got a lot of dirt back here. And so I'm going to get something. Just wipe this off real quick. Get some of the dirt off. Back here, brake dust. And put it down here. That's working. I'm using the plastic side now. Basically, you want to leave as few hammer marks as possible. There's still a little bit of a dent there. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on camera, but there's still just a little bit right there. So I'm going to work on that just a little bit more. I may have to step up my game with the hammers. So now you notice that both of these faces of these hammers, they have a rounded edge, slightly rounded. This one, of course, rubber, so its edge isn't that important. Okay, I got a little more of that out. So basically, when you're working on dents, it's all about taking your time, working it out, and getting things to where you want them. Okay? That's what you should be the most concerned about. Now, some people are like, some people are a little more concerned about, getting that custom car look, or getting it brand new show car, brand new or show car kind of look about it. Well, I'm not that concerned about that right now. I'm more concerned about just getting it to a state that I'm happy with. Because I have to put things into perspective. Okay? I'm not a body guy. I'm not a tin bender. A tin bender, you know, somebody who can bend up sheet metal in every way possible. If we look right here, we got, get some of the dirt and the smudges, but you can see it's getting a lot better. Okay, now one of the things that's important is whenever you are using your hammer on something is to make sure that you're not leaving hammer marks. Again, look at the face of that hammer. It's rounded. Also, too, notice how I'm using it. See how I'm holding it right here? That's important. I'm not rearing back with the entire handle like that. You know, I'm coming back, I'm coming at it with small little impacts. Okay? I'd love to move you all over here so you can see more of this process that I'm doing. I want you to be up high and have a commanding view, but sometimes it's all right. See, we got just a little tiny little dents right there. So I'm just gonna work on them a little bit. There's a little bit there, but you know what? She's looking pretty darn good. Now, another thing is, when you're doing this, make sure that your wood that you're working with, the piece of wood you're working with, make sure it doesn't have anything kind of gouging up into the metal you're working on too. Okay, it's relatively smooth. All right. So, I'm pretty okay with that one. So, now maybe later on I'll be like, oh, that's garbage, it's terrible. Oh, I gotta fix that. So, I have a body hammer here, or a body dolly here somewhere. Here we go. Okay. Got a dolly. See that nice rounded edge there? You know? So, this is something that if you don't have one of these and you're attempting to like work on cars and work on car bodies, what are you doing? They're not very expensive. They're cheap. They're not hard to come up with either. So, okay, now this one, I'm gonna chuck this guy in the vise. Here we go. I'm not even gonna tighten that down real tight. I'm just gonna kind of leave it like that. Tell you what, I'm gonna go back to the wood here. Now you see my hammer blows short. All right, I'm letting the weight of this hammerhead do most of the work. Okay, I'm just giving it a little bit of thrust. That's it. Okay, that's all I want to do. I don't want to go at it, you know, full bore. You know, and not only that, here's something else. If I can improve this any little bit, if I can improve this scar here any little bit, I'm happy with that. Okay, it may not be perfect. I mean, you know, there could be some body guy come along. Oh, that looks like garbage. Okay, well, fine, whatever. I'm more about, hey, let's improve it with what I have. Okay, with the knowledge and the skill that I have. Okay, that's that's the point. Sure, I could pay somebody to do this. I could buy some brand new ones. But you know what? How about I do it myself and let's see what happens. I may absolutely totally wreck this, but then again, I may come out looking like a hero here. You know, so that's something else to keep in mind. So I actually have a body hammer somewhere. So, okay, I'll be right back in just a minute. Okay, found my body hammer. Just working that dent out and getting it. See, I'm working on this on the back side. So, and it's right up against this fold, which makes it really difficult right there. So I've got to do that. So, I'll be right back again. Sorry. All right, so I took the rounded edge here of my shop hammer, and I'm just working this down. Working it out just a little bit. So, gotta get that worked down some more. So, it's gonna get a little loud here, so wearing earbuds. Oh, yeah, it's gonna get rough. It says tedious. You have to keep going back and checking what you're doing, checking your work, checking everything out, looking at everything, looking at the angle, looking at all of it. And it's all kind of tedious, really. But it's... But the beauty of it is that when you get it nicer and nicer and nicer and nicer, you took something, remember this dent? Now it's almost completely gone. Okay? Here's one right here. This poor thing's had a kind of a rough life. Let me see if I can work on this one just a little bit and get this one kind of... Let me tell you something about doing this stuff yourself, especially for you younger folks. You older guys like me, you know if you can go in there and you can do something and you can fix it yourself and you can do it yourself, that's going to be big. That's going to pay off huge dividends. Okay? And you're always going to have that satisfaction of doing it yourself. That's another thing. Now, sometimes some of this stuff is just, some of it is just a little bit too far gone. You know, there's just so much work that's already been done there, and then the metal can get hammer worked, and then it becomes so hard and brittle that nobody can do anything with it. You know, and that's not fun. But whenever you can repair something yourself or build something yourself and make something better, then by all means do it. Because nothing sucks worse than going out here and buying something brand new and then, yeah, it's not living up to that, hey, it's new kind of nomenclature, you know? Hey, it's brand new. I mean, I don't know how many times I've seen friends of mine, they'll buy something quote unquote brand new, and then it turns out to be a pile of crap. Now, another thing is too, nobody's saying, hey, you do what I do, or you do this, or you do that, or whatever, it's going to be perfect. No. What I'm saying here is, get out there, get in your garage, get your tools out, and do something. Okay? Build something, make something. Just make it better. Maybe it won't be perfect. Maybe it won't be show car quality. That's okay. But what's not okay is sitting around thinking to yourself and wondering to yourself if you could have done it or not. In reality, you probably could have. You just didn't have the confidence in yourself to do it. Now, I'll go ahead and tell you right off the bat, there's always going to be some asshole out there who's going to run you down, call you all kinds of hateful, say all kinds of hateful crap to you because you didn't do it like he did it, which is bullshit. Just about everything out there in the world, there's more than one way to skin that cat. Every damn time. Wow, this is awkward. But it's getting the job done. Yeah. All right. So, made an improvement. Yes. Yes, we have. Significant improvement. So, let me talk to you for just a minute. Now, yes, I could have went out and I could have bought one of these brand new. And matter of fact, I have been searching for them used. And if you go to buy these brand new, they don't make them just like this. They make plenty of them that are different, and they look different. I don't want different. I want this. I want this thing, this very thing. LMC truck doesn't even carry these, so So hammering the dents out of this, not a bad idea. Now, I have found some used, but everybody is like, that has them, doesn't want to ship them. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to hammer this one out. And now this is, it's nicer. Is it perfect? Show card? No. But it is nicer. It is better. That's the big thing. That's the thing you need to be focused on. Okay? Nobody's sitting here saying, hey, you should build an engine and it should make 800 horsepower or something like that. No. How about you tune up an engine or you change the oil, okay? Change the oil filter, and all of a sudden it's a little bit better. A little bit, okay? A little bit of gains, okay? Then maybe a little later on, you go and you say, hey, I'll do a tune-up on my engine. And you do, okay? And you gain a little bit more, okay? Not only do you gain a little more improvement for the vehicle or the engine, but you gain a little more knowledge on how to do some of this stuff. Working with your hands, there's nothing wrong with it. Look at that. Yeah, it's dirty, but guess what? I fixed that. I made this better. That is now better because of what I did. Is it perfect? No, but it's better, okay? Do the best job you can do with what you have, all right, at that point in time. Yes, there's probably a machine out there that would pummel that dent out and make it beautiful, and it would be so great and everything else. But you know what? I don't have that. I have what I have. Okay? That's it. That's all I got. So, anyway, all right. I hope you learned something from this. And I hope it gets you out there in the garage and inspires you to get out there and do something. Okay? Because nothing's worse than people who are sitting around and they're sitting there thinking to themselves, oh man, if I just had a little bit of time, if I just could, I think I could do that. Well then get out there and do it. It doesn't matter if it's late at night. I mean, hell, it's probably 10 o'clock at night here right now. I'm banging on this damn thing. Okay? So, do yourself a favor. Get out there, get your tools, get dirty. Okay? Just do it. If you fail, you fail. At least you failed and you tried. And that's an opportunity to learn. Okay? So, thank you. God bless. Have a great one. And I know you can do it. I got faith in you. So I'll see you later. I just got to turn this off.